welcome to the OTC podcast, a show where I bring a guest to the outdoors and we bring the outdoors to you. I'm your host, Nico Prada, and today my guest is, well, she's late. I'm not really sure where she is. She told me to just meet her over here and that she would eventually show up. So I'm just waiting for a little while. She is a comedian, she is a teacher, and oh yeah, she's also a skydiver. Please give it up for the very funny Miss Erica Lederman. Howdy! You made it!
I made it!
Did it hurt?
Not at all.
Cool. You ready to go for a hike?
Let's go hiking.
Awesome. All right. All right, welcome back to On Trail with Comedians. I'm here with my friend Erica and my other friend Taz. And you just fell from the sky, or not really fell. What is it? Descended?
Flew.
Flew.
I suppose.
You what do you call it?
Jumped.
You jumped.
I jumped.
She jumped out of a plane to be on this podcast. That's how much people, it's not true at all. I did give you some homework. I know that you're pretty outdoorsy, but just to get the show rolling, I asked you on the Disney princess scale from Sleeping Beauty to Pocahontas, how outdoorsy are you?
Probably Cinderella, because I need my magic carriage to go out camping. I have a camper van.
The camper van. We're gonna talk about that one soon. Okay, I like that one. I like that one. But you have done some like more wilderness camping in the past,
In the past,
right?
when I was younger.
I know you have a pretty cool story where you ended up in like somebody's village or something like that.
Oh, that was Serbia.
Serbia. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So
I accidentally pitched a tent in the front yard of a retirement home. I arrived by bus much later than anticipated. I was supposed to arrive at like 3 o'clock or something in the afternoon.
What were you doing in Serbia?
What wasn't I doing in Serbia? And yeah, I was proper backpacking. So, you know, big backpack with a tent and a sleeping bag and the whole spiel. So I took a bus from, I don't know, wherever else I was. And I arrived at this village late, after dark already. And I was kind of debating. I was like, you know, should I just book a hostel or stick to the plan? And in my mid-20s wisdom, I decided the best course of action was stick to the plan and try to go camping. So in pitch black, in the middle of this place I'd never been, fortunately a safe area. Yeah, I was just hiking in the direction I thought I wanted to be. And eventually I found a big open area. And I had seen signs for the park that I was looking for. So I knew I was like in the vicinity. I knew I wasn't too far.
Okay.
I was like, okay, there's some evidence that I'm near this park that I wanted to be at. It was like 9 o'clock at night, pitch black. I knew I was in the general area I wanted to be in. And I just found like an open area a little bit off the street. And I thought that would be a good place to pitch a tent for the night. Woke up right around sunrise to like 12.5 elderly faces gawking at me. And yeah, it turns out I had pitched a tent in the front yard of a retirement home. I was not actually too far. I was maybe half a mile away from the actual place I wanted to be, by the way. It was not that terrible.
And were you able to communicate with them at all?
Maybe a little hello.
Yeah, but they didn't speak English, and I don't imagine you speak Serbian.
No.
You just made a little mistake. Nobody was angry.
No, nobody was angry. If anything, they were amused.
They didn't chase you with their canes.
No, absolutely not. They were confused and amused, I would say.
Amused.
Yeah, and I have mostly traveled as a single female. Probably 85% of my travel has just been by myself. So I'm obviously a little cautious. You know, I don't take extreme risks. Although you talk to a lot of people, they think just leaving the country alone is a huge risk. But when I was in Bolivia, I encountered this Australian guy who I became friends with, and we traveled together. We hitchhiked through the mountains in Bolivia. We went to these tiny little villages that had like 30 people.
That's incredible.
It was awesome. We found these hot springs in the middle of the mountains. Yeah, so yeah, that was probably my most adventurous, like off the beaten track.
What was like your typical meal when you were backpacking through those mountains of Bolivia?
A lot of like meat, beef, chicken, rice,
But,
beans.
So is this stuff that you brought, or were you able to stop at places and buy food, or?
Oh gosh, I mean, there were markets. There were a lot of markets that were extremely cheap.
Yeah.
They didn't have proper supermarkets. They had like street markets.
Like local markets?
Yeah, local markets.
That's cool.
So it was all locally grown.
Difficult, and it is hot. It is brutally hot.
It's
so
very, very hot.
yeah, we're actually
sweating fucking bullets.
Yeah, what do you say we take a little break, find a place to sit down, which is probably going to be this one, and I'll ask you a little bit about your comedy and your van life and stuff.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right, welcome back to On Trail with Comedians, OTC podcast. I'm here with my guest, Erica Lederman, and it is hot as shit today. We asked Erica a bit about her outdoorsy life, including the skydiving portion, which is, it's got to be one of the things people ask you the most questions about, right?
It depends.
Really? There's people who aren't like driving you nuts about it?
I mean, other skydivers don't. They are the primary people I talk to these days.
Yeah, but as far as civilians go,
yeah, I mean, maybe a little bit.
which I suppose, as comedians, we call people who don't do comedy civilians, and then skydivers, I don't know if you do
We
the
actually
same.
have a word in skydiving, wuffo.
Wuffo? I was gonna
Yes.
guess groundies, but
No, it's kind of like when people say, wuffor, wuffor,
Oh, okay,
wuffo,
gotcha,
wuffor.
gotcha.
What are you
Yeah,
jumping
yeah.
on that plane for?
Wuffo.
Wuffo.
Yeah, I get it.
People don't usually grill me about skydiving. Like, if you don't know anything about the sport, so many people have absolutely no clue what skydiving is.
I mean, I would have considered myself one of those people 10 minutes ago, and now I'm like a wuffo with a question mark, maybe.
Yeah. It was just a whole universe that I didn't know existed, and pretty much immediately I was just like, that's it. That's what I've been looking for.
It really seems like when you say a whole universe, like I spent, an hour over there sort of just talking to them, like while they told me what I'm allowed to do on the field, what I can't do, how to watch out for falling people and stuff. And I feel like I discovered, or at least saw the surface of, an entire subculture.
Yeah.
It's like it's whole. Obviously, you got words. You have your own lingo.
Yeah. And I just never looked back. It immediately took over my life.
Yeah, I've noticed. But you're still doing comedy and stuff like that.
Still do comedy. I kind of consider comedy like my weeknight hobby, and skydiving's my weekend hobby.
Okay, that's cool.
I'm kind of mixing the two. So there's events in skydiving called boogies. They're kind of like skydiving festivals.
Okay.
Skydiving raves, depending on the vibe.
Yeah.
And I have performed comedy at a few of them now. So that's kind of becoming a little niche that I'm filling. So that's nice to kind of combine the two.
Yeah.
And there's another skydiver out of Georgia called Joey. Average Joey is his stage name.
Okay.
Yeah, so he was the headliner, and I opened for him. Joey and I are both skydivers, and we did really well. His two friends came who were wuffos, comedians, who also did like 15, 20 minutes. And they tried to do skydiving material for the skydiving audience.
Yeah.
Did not go well.
Did not go well? Okay.
Did not go well.
Brad Bellinger. He's from down here. He's been doing comedy in Colorado, and he's like doing really well in both skydiving and in comedy.
I'll have to look him
the
up.
term for he's doing great in skydiving means he hasn't like broken bones or something. But
There's lots of ways to do great in skydiving. Depends
Yeah.
what your goals are. So I just achieved a goal of upsizing my wingsuit, so I graduated. But yeah, there's certain skills you can learn. Even just jump numbers. I'm coming up. 500 jumps is a big milestone. That's when you
Okay.
get your highest license.
and you said you wanted to start coaching eventually.
Yeah, eventually. That's a fairly new development for me. I really didn't have much of interest in coaching because I had so much self-doubt and just my own awareness of my skill set. I was like, I'm really bad at this. I have no business telling anybody what to do. But it's fairly recently, actually, that I'm like, oh, I actually think I do know what I'm doing.
And I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but perhaps having had that doubt at the beginning and now realizing like, oh shit, I can do this is part of what is going to make you such a good coach.
Yeah.
Because you understand
Yeah.
what it's like to deal with people who
have
have
told
the
me that.
doubts.
Yeah, people have told me that
So-
before. And yeah, people kept telling me that. They were like, the fact that you are so afraid and so aware and risk averse will make you a great coach. Because those are the people who need the coaching, and you're going to relate to them and empathize with them. Because there's so many people in this sport who are like borderline sociopathic. They're just like, fucking send it. Those people don't make great coaches.
Gotcha. Yeah.
And they're also not the people asking for coaching.
And you were also a teacher.
I was a teacher
in the
for a very
past.
long time, yes. English as a second language.
Okay,
in
very
Colombia.
cool. And so, oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And so the fact that you taught English as a second language probably just shows that you have that compassion for the new people.
Yeah.
Even more so. So
Yeah.
all of this is circling back. I think you might have found your calling.
Yeah, I never want to make money in skydiving.
Okay. You remind me of like the type of coach or like the type of like ancient Chinese master who it's like she'll train you and she'll fucking teach you, but you better be committed, dude. Otherwise, like,
So in skydiving, there's a very large distinction between coach and instructor.
it sounds like the coach goes along with you, whereas the instructor like gives you a list of things to learn. Or
No, the instructor
not.
jumps with you too.
Yeah, so you've learned a lot.
Still have a lot to learn. Constantly learning.
That's the words of a great coach, great future coach right there.
Yeah. So far, I have 100% of my jumps have landed on my main parachute.
Okay.
One jump, I got very, very close because I had what are called line twists, which is when you spin up and you're in your harness with your canopy above your head. Usually line twists are no big deal. They're pretty easy to get out of. There's techniques that you can do. You're out of them in like 30 seconds or less. Not a big deal. This one time, they spun up all the way down my risers. The risers are what attach the lines to so that's the black part.
Okay.
It was bad.
Holy
It was really
moly.
bad. Extraordinarily bad timing. So I had the worst line twists I've ever had, and the battery in my ditter died. I did think, it's the first time it ever really crossed my mind. Like, I might have to cut this away because I can't get out of it and I can't fly it.
But you did.
I
Obviously,
did.
yeah. So how did you do that?
I just did what they taught me to do. But like initially it wasn't working. Like I tried a couple different techniques and it just wasn't working and nothing was happening. And then eventually it just did. It started working. But it took like 1,500 feet for it to finally be like, okay, it's coming undone.
Moly.
But
Yeah, but listen, we're getting close to our time limit here. But before we go, just because you seem to be such a like, I don't want to just, it's cheesy to be like, you're so inspirational. But there is some level of like good motivating shit. What would you say to somebody who like wants to try skydiving or comedy and is a little bit scared of like...
I mean, just go, just do it. I strongly, strongly believe every single person on this planet should do at least one tandem skydive and should do a 5-minute open mic set. Not even 5 minutes, a 1-minute open mic comedy set.
There you
just
go.
Get up there and do it. It's so funny because comedians will hear that I'm a skydiver and be like, oh my God, that's so terrifying, I could never do that. And skydivers will hear that I'm a comedian and they're like, oh my God, that's so terrifying, I could never do that.
I love that.
And I was absolutely terrified. When I first started comedy, twice I had I broke out in hives twice on stage. Just at open mics. They weren't even real shows. Literal hives, like up on my neck. Yeah, same thing with skydiving. My first like 150 jumps, I was scared absolutely to the bone to jump.
But you can't freeze up in the sky.
Well, the thing about skydiving, you're scared in the plane, and then as soon as you're out of the plane, you're not scared anymore.
Interesting.
That's a very common thing that people say.
Well, that's
but
kind of how I see comedy, is waiting for my turn is the plane, and then I get on stage, and
once you start, you're like in a flow state.
Yeah,
You're
if
like,
it's going well.
If it's going well.
If I get a line twist, punch line twist. That's 3 terrible jokes. If I get a line twist on stage, then I get a little nervous, but that's crazy. But hey, like you went through that and you still did it. You are doing it, pretty consistently.
And I'm not scared anymore.
Yeah, both comedy and open mics. So
is an illusion. Fear is truly an illusion. It is something inside of you. It is not related to what is happening externally. Genuinely.
I love that. I think that's a great way to close out the show. What do you think?
Sure.
All right. Thank you so much for coming out with me. This was so much fun, and I'm definitely coming back, and I'm going to jump sometime.
Please do.
That'll be another episode. All right. We'll see you guys on the next one.
Bye, guys.
Thanks so much for watching. I hope you had as much fun as I did. If you want to help the channel grow, you can subscribe or like, or hit the notification bell, or leave a comment down below. I'll try my best to answer, so long as you're swinging above the belt. If you really want to help, you want to help me feed my guests and pay my bills, I will put links to my Venmo and Cashapp and Patreon down below. If you like my guests, I will also put tags to their social media in the description. Always remember that here at OTC, we encourage our viewers to respectfully and responsibly enjoy the outdoors, know your local ordinances, abide by leave no trace principles, learn something cool, and I'll see you on the next hike.